Good morning, Heather here. I came on to show you guys how to use the action that I just put in there, the fall action that I just put in the group files. So I wanted to just show you how I would use it so that when you go to use it on your own images, then you'll understand how the layers work and be able to apply it to your images really easily. Alright, so once you've downloaded the action from the group files, you just want to go into Window and Actions, and it's going to bring up this little play button here on the side of your panel in Photoshop. And this is your Actions panel, and this is where you're going to have all your actions. So if you don't know how to download an action as well, you'll go to this little screen here and you'll say load actions, and basically you'll just find the action in your downloads and you'll load it into here, and it'll pop up into here in like a little folder here. And it's the one that I gave you guys is fall action with the warm light flare. And so you'll just click that action and then you'll hit play here at the bottom, and that's going to play your action. And it'll just take a minute to load all the files and everything like that. Alright. So this is kind of what the final image would look like with the action played on it. I forgot to mention as well that before you play your action, you kind of want to do other things to the image. Like I would have straightened this image, made it straighter and everything like that, but I'll leave that till after. I usually do it before and then play the action. So you have all your different layers right here in this folder that's gonna come up. And the first one is basically all the color change for, in the greens. And it, as you can see, it doesn't really affect the models too much. So, you know, the only thing that you could do with this, if it's changing certain colors in their clothing or something you don't love and you want to just kind of bring it down, you could paint with a black brush and a soft black brush. Let me just change my brush here. You could basically just at a low opacity on this layer mask paint it off certain things, right? Just kind of get rid of that a little bit. This one here is what's called darken, and it's just going to kind of give a little bit more contrast between your subject and the background. And so I'm going to actually go in and paint this off my subject because I don't really want it on my subjects. I want my subjects to stand out. So I'm just going to go at like, you know, around 50% with my brush. And I'm just going to paint it off my subjects. All right. And I will just zoom out here. This next one here is the color grading, and it's just good. It just gives a little bit more warmth, brings out more of the oranges in your image. With this one, I would paint it off as well. So I'm just gonna, again, at around 50%, just kind of lightly brush it off. All right. The next one is going to be your vibrance, and it's just bringing out just a very subtle amount of saturation, I guess, in your colors. This one here is the light at the top. I'm just going to skip over these two first here. This is the light at the top, okay, and that's kind of mimicking our sunlight a little bit more. All right, and the lighten and darken layers. Oops. Alright, and the lighten and darken layers are kind of like your, what you would call a dodge and burn. So I'm just going to use a black brush on this. And this is the lighten. So I'm just going to go over kind of the brighter parts of my image with my brush here. And just bring out some of those details. You could even brighten up your main subjects. Oops, you know what? I should have a white brush with that. So I'll just go over those areas again that I was doing. So this action is just kind of gonna bring out a lot of the warm tones for your fall images. So that's kind of what I was going for here. I wanted to bring out, you know, all the oranges, and I wanted it to look like a fall image. I didn't want it to be as green as it was. So this is kind of a great action for that. If you don't want to, if you're doing like say fall minis or something like that, and you really want to bring out the warm tones, then it's perfect for that. Alright, so I'll just kind of turn those off and on so you can see the difference there. I'll even zoom in a bit more. So it's off and on. It just gives a little bit more dimension and brings out, you know, some of the details. So that would be our before and our after. And after I, you know, flatten this, I'd probably go in and just straighten this line here. And you could do that with your ruler. I'll just show you. So we'll flatten that. So I'm just going to make a copy. And I'm going to go into my crop tool, and I'm just going to go to up here where it says straighten. And let's not have the dimensions on here. So straighten, and then I'm just going to, come on, sorry, I had the wrong dimension on it. Straighten, there we go. I'm just going to use this little ruler to kind of straighten out that just a little bit. And there we go. So I'll just show the before and after of the crop. So that was the, sorry, let me just kind of move this guy out of the way. That's the before and the after of the crop, and the before and after of the entire image. So I really hope you have fun playing around with this action and get some use out of it. If you do use it, please share it in the group. I would love to see your final product, and if you have any questions about it, yeah, just post it in the group and I can answer it for you. Other than that, please follow me on Instagram at Getzlaf Photo, and also Mom Boss Photographers at Mom Boss Photographers on Instagram, and use the hashtag so that I can possibly share your beautiful images on the page there. And I hope to all see you again in the next one. Bye!